And good evening. Welcome. Oh man, unbelievable. Hey, look who's here. Basil's Bezels, how you doing? And Mental Jock, how you doing? Mental Jock, good evening, good morning from the sandpit. Right, exactly. All right, so we're going to try the new video. I played it yesterday, but the audio didn't work. So we're going to try it again. It's a brand new video from the Diner Creative team. It's another classic. And hopefully the audio will work. So let's go ahead and give it a shot. Okay, you have to tell me, was there audio on the video or no audio? Let me know, please. I got to know. Anybody? No audio. Damn. What is the problem? All right, well, we'll have to keep working on it. The audio on that is terrific. Damn, it's frustrating. Well, what's to be expected? All right, thanks. Thanks for letting me know. Oh man. All right. So I watched about 2 minutes on the other channels today and a little bit just before I came on. I heard people talking. People were talking and they were talking about the penance list again, and they got it all wrong as usual. So here's this is the penance list. They were saying Dr. Bob is now up to 1,000, and that's never been the case. Dr. Bob is 650, Golden Baba is 750, Narc is 2,000, Watch Nicholas 5,500, Uzi 5,500, and that guy 21,000 plus a Vatican authorized or Vatican performed exorcism. Okay, so people, they just say things and and then people go, oh, it's $1,000 for Bob? Jesus. No, that's the penance list. Okay, so I wanted to clarify that. Also, I heard who was that guy? Oh, on Nick's channel, he had the tow truck guy handling a short show just before, and somebody in the audience said, "Hey, I watched Morty's show last night. He had Ozzy Expat on, and they talked about sex in movies. And Morty said he never watches movies from after 1970 because they have too much sex." Now, I never said anything like that. So I don't know what people are listening to when I talk. I said movies before 1970 were able to be extraordinarily great. I mean, many of them. And they had no graphic sex scenes at all. All of a sudden, around the late 60s, 70s, all of a sudden they started with the titty shots and then full nudity, and then into it just goes on and on and on into being a de rigueur factor of every single possible movie, even when it's got nothing at all to do with the movie. For example, there was a Stallone movie called The Specialist, and Sharon Stone was in it. And in the movie, there's a scene where they're both in the shower naked, and then it turns into sex in the shower. Okay, fine. Now, look, I enjoy sex in a shower not with Sharon Stone, but with a sexy woman as much as the next heterosexual guy. But it's got nothing to do with anything to make the movie good or not good. They just throw that shit in there because they feel, well, everyone else is doing it, so we got to do it too. That's my point. Okay. It detracts from the movie, from the pacing and timing and sequencing of events in the movie. That's what I'm talking about. Uh, I mean, Jesus, you know. Anyway, but whatever. Because those same movies, those same scenes, they can be filmed without the graphic sexual shots, and in fact make the movie even more interesting. If you want to see porn, I'm all for that. Go watch all the porn you want, you know. But it's got nothing to do with all these Hollywood films. Nothing. But they just put it in there, and it's like everyone does it, so it's every movie's got it, and it means absolutely nothing to the movie. Nothing. That was my point. Whew. Okay. So let's see if the music works tonight. Oh, I'm so exhausted. So we'll see if that music is on there. It is. Okay. So I was going to go to the drugstore today to pick something up, and I looked up Rite Aid, and I found out just a while ago all Rite Aid stores, they closed. All the Rite Aid stores, which was a huge national pharmacy chain. 1,000 or more stores. They're gone. Out of business. Amazing. Now, so I looked up a story about it, and it turns out the Walgreens and Safeway and Kroger and whatever, CVS, they bought up most of those locations. So, and they'll be operating them, but that's that's a major out of business company going out of business. Rite Aid. Wow. Not that I was a Rite Aid devotee, but another... yeah. Anyway. All right, that's it. That's all we have for tonight. We got the new clip where we can't hear the audio. And Ice Cubes are doing great. $20 viewers, that's nice. I'll put up the invite link. But be forewarned, I have nothing to talk about, nothing. But that shouldn't matter. If anyone has interesting topics that might stimulate some conversation or ideas. All right. Hello, Davy Smalls, and hello, Daniel Quack. All right, and I'm going to give myself a thumbs up right now. Feel free to give the show a thumbs up or a thumbs down. Whichever you prefer. Hello, Artie. How are you? I'm waiting for a troll from you, Artie. So, okay. Let's continue on. Other page here. Right. Quack has your back, Morty. Well, that's good to know. Hello, Crybaby. Good evening. Another show the very next day after yesterday's 6-hour marathon. Wow. Yeah, well, I figure I'd just come on and make my presence, felt. Hello, Brightling. Nudity has become desensitized in TV and film. Correct. The internet has turned generations into seeking more shock and freak fetish due to nudity and porn being easily accessible. Absolutely correct. You know, back in the year 1900, if you wanted to find pictures of naked women, you know how hard that must have been? Where did you go to find pictures of naked women? No websites, no computers, no phones, no Playboy Penthouse, no porn magazines, no videos, no VHS. You know, they had maybe little postcards. Maybe you could find something like that, but yeah. Okay, Artie. Morty, what do you think of Minnesota? What a commie Somalian crap hole. Who is this RDG for self guy? Yeah. Okay. If you have no content, you can always pull up the penance list. That's true. Yeah, Minneapolis, the mayor of Minneapolis, this guy, Mayor Fry, he's an absolute fuckwit. Libtarded fuckwit. And Governor Walz needs to be arrested, thrown in the federal prison. And the Attorney General. And the same for New York, state officials in California, and all over the country. Just arrest all the Democrats, fanatics. And, or deport Mayor Fry of Minneapolis and Governor Walz, deport them to Somalia. And take away their American passport. They can live in Somalia, get a Somali passport. Maybe go to a peep show in 1900. Where? That would have been the thing. Where? I mean, you know, I guess at the traveling carnival, you could see the freak shows on the sideshow, you know, and the bearded lady and maybe sexy dancers or sexy girls riding the horses in a circle kind of thing. But yeah, life was tough then, you know. So, okay, Artie, you get one more chance for a reasonable comment. So I heard on the last few minutes of that of the tow truck driver show, you saying, "Yeah, I'm not bothering with Morty anymore. I'm not going to try and get on his show. He can go fuck himself. I'm not going to, you know, I just don't give a shit." He'll be trying to get on the show. He'll be using alias accounts. He'll be backstage under somebody's avatar. You know, he doesn't give up. I don't think all the fraud is really a big surprise in Minnesota. It would be nice if people were held accountable for once. Yeah. Wasn't that mental case loser piece of shit TV comedian from Saturday Night Live, Al Franken? Wasn't he a senator from Minnesota 10 or 20 years ago? And then he left office because he was photographed on a government plane standing next to a sleeping a female soldier who was asleep, and he had his hands around her tits like he was going to squeeze them. Absolute disrespect, you know, for a senator. And then he resigned. And then he said, "I should." Then he said later, he said, "I shouldn't have resigned." Yeah, fucking people are nuts. Little Dave, the Dems have imported so much vermin to sanctuary cities, they have done some serious damage. Blaine, you know the drill. Everyone should be held accountable. Everyone but me, right? Yeah, so they had a shooting, a double shooting here in Portland. I mean, I'm really in Los Angeles or Seattle, but they shot two Venezuelan gang people here illegally. Police shot them dead. I don't recall the story if if they were shot by Portland police or federal officers, but either way, it's Miller time. So I still have not unpacked my brand new weapon light, the Olight. And And eventually I'll get to it. I'd like to do it tomorrow, but maybe it'll take a year before I open the package and read the pamphlet, see how to set it up. I don't know. Helms, how you doing, Helms? Biff Helms. A reasonable comment. Why I disagree with Flat Earth Society views is because if the Earth is flat, pizzas would be square, not round. Yeah, I guess. Makes sense. Okay. Crybaby, saggy skin. It'll take a phalanx of investigators and lawyers to address all the fraud in these crooked blue states. It'll take years to fix it all. I could get it done very quickly, but I'm not in charge. It was Customs and Border Patrol in the Portland incident. All right. Well, very good. Well done. Oh, really? Is this really? CNN reported yesterday, married couple shot, not a gangbanger and his prostitute. All right. Very good. Breitling. So many politicians have their hands in taxpayer pockets, receiving money fraudulently, directly, or through campaign contributions. No accountability, and nothing will ever change. Well, lower that music just a notch. Artie, I think Artie G for self. I think that's Patel. Just taking a guess. Just a guess. I have no idea. Who knows who it is? Oh, I have a new banner. I just typed it up before the show. Help Morty pay his dental bill. Send money now. Thank you. Yeah, I'd like to get money from the viewers who want to help out Morty. I need $1,600. Any amount you can send for the dental bill will go to the dental bill. Thank you very much. If nobody sends anything, then that's okay. Nobody sends anything. It's okay. PayPal, Cash App, Super Chat. And after the show, you can always do super thanks. Yeah, you expect an answer on that? Right, okay. Yeah, you need to be on the main show. I think that's what you mean, wrong, yeah. All right. Okay, 24 viewers. Time for a short break. Speaking of blasting, so somebody on the show yesterday mentioned that at the end of that guy's show, he went into a spasmodic fit about Morty again, major blasting, and I said, "Oh, okay. Well, after the show, I'll go look for it and check it out." But the show was taken down, and this guy yesterday said, "Oh, he probably put it in membership." Well, I'm not joining that channel. Whatever his basic membership is, $1.99, $5.99, who knows, whatever. I'm not becoming a member of that channel just to see that video. The end of the blasting scene, because there's always blasting going on over there. So if I miss one here or there, it doesn't matter. There's always more coming down the pipeline. It's because it's what they do. All right, let's see. Davey, I just took my magnesium. I mixed citrate with glycinate. Well, now I take chelated magnesium glycinate. Why did you? Now, there's nothing wrong with it, but why do you mix citrate with glycinate, magnesium? Any reasoning for that you can explain? Blaine, there is a much worse situation taking place across every state. It is the Ponzi scheme of property tax adjustments and state bonds, school bonds in particular. Well, whenever there's an election and there's a bond proposition, you have to always vote no on bonds, always, because that's what happens. People vote, oh, that looks like they're going to improve the fire department. Oh, they're going to improve the parks. Oh, they're going to improve the schools. I'll vote yes on the bond issue. But that just, it just adds more and more and more and more debt, and no, they should work with the money they have. If Trump ran, if school boards and city halls ran their cities, parks department, fire departments, libraries, and all that, like Trump runs his stuff, everything would be, you'd have effective use of the dollar, of their budget. You don't have to keep giving them millions and millions and millions and all these bond issues every year. I mean, fuck them. All right, my opinion. I like the citrate's a laxative effect with some glycinate relaxation. All right, yeah, you can certainly combine them. Yeah. All right. Blaine, it's estimated to be about 17 trillion of debt, and the property owners are on the hook. Well, yep. Anyway. "27 viewers. Nobody wants to come on the panel. I think people are afraid to appear on this show because they know they're going to get blasted by those other people. Face blasted if they show up here. But whatever. 7 thumbs up. That's pretty nice so far. All right. I am all out of energy. It could quite possibly affect your generational wealth. Right. Well, yeah. That's it. So I'm going to hang around till midnight if I can stay awake. That's another hour and 50 minutes. But unless somebody comes on or suggests some topics, I've got nothing. Mike the Mistake. Hey there. Davey Smalls. Ozzy X-Lax provides the best laxative effect. Referring to Ozzy Expat, right. Okay, Artie. There you go. Have a nice life. See, we know who that was. All right, Blaine. Morty, since you're becoming quite good with the AI videos, I have a suggestion. Okay. Really? Do you know who he is? Well, I just put him back. Maybe he'll drop me a clue as to who he is. But if he gets dangerously close to negative trolling, then I'll have to, take care of business. But he's back. I put him back. Maybe I should make him a moderator. Is that what you think? I think he's in Australia. Ah, you're giving me a big clue there. Artie knows you from a long time ago. I think I know who he is. Okay. Well, he's back. I rushed to judgment. Maybe. No, you're David. Oh, okay. Well, we'll see. Well, who is around this community, right? All right. I'd like to have whiskey a go-go right now. I got the ice cubes, ready to go and all the whiskey, but I've got so many benzos in my system. It's not right to mix whiskey and benzos. That can be very bad. So, unfortunately, I can't do the whiskey tonight. I do have some questions about various people out there, things they've done, their actions and their words, and I don't bring it up because if I start to bring up like why this or why that, it's just going to cause an atomic explosion. So with people, and then the face blasting will be, atomic level back. So I just don't say anything about things I observe, which are just illogical. But, hey, better not to mention anything and let them blast away at other stuff. Okay, Davey, I'm getting some benzos in April when I have to fly long haul. I need to be sedated when I'm not in business class. Right, I understand that. Hmm. All right, here we are. Like I promised, or like I said, we're warned. Nothing. I got nothing here. Didn't rain today. That was nice. But cold. My new pillow's working out very well. It's really helping my sleep get much better quality sleep. So good purchase. You see, you don't have to spend $2,500 for a pillow. Huh. All right, so how about Davy Smalls hops on the panel? for a first time, and Gildan, Crybaby Saggy Skin. That would be explosive content. But who knows? And Breitling, projection by those other people with constantly having to blast you is really just a form of flattery. Well, it's envy and jealousy. And they say it themselves. They make fun of me for having a channel that gets 2 live stream viewers, 2 or 3 viewers. Right now there's 29, but that's what that guy always says. He only gets 2 or 3 viewers watching this show. Okay. Well, therefore, that would mean that my channel is, therefore, following that line of thought, absolutely insignificant, meaningless, picayune, nothing. So why talk about it every day? Why does it bother him so much? Why does he have to blast off about me regularly, like Old Faithful and in Yellowstone, just every 30 minutes, blast. It's because I've not been receptive to his overtures of homosexual love. That's why. And he's frustrated as all hell, and so he blasts away at me. But it's really, it's all projection. Whatever he says about me, it's all projection. They blast you because they like you. I think they blast me because they love me. I think they love me, and they just have to deal with these suppressed, repressed homosexual urges. And I deny them their pleasure. I turn down their overtures of man-to-man love, and they just can't hold in the anger and the frustration and the resentment. Breitling, they only blast because they struggle with the unhappiness within themselves. Well, that's 1,000% correct. It really is kind of sad. Oh, absolutely. Yeah, they're a sad, pitiful lot. I'll repeat that. They are a sad, pitiful lot. Doesn't matter how much money someone has. Sad and pitiful. Yeah. Burning their insides are burning out with inward directed hate and bitterness. How they ruin their lives doing things they know they should not have ever have done, but you can't change what you did, but they still do those things, but don't get caught. They do it in a different manner, That's all. But, it's like those old Hollywood movies with Jimmy Cagney or something, 2 brothers grow up, Jimmy Cagney becomes a gangster, and Pat O'Brien, his brother, he becomes the neighborhood priest. How's that happen? Those kinds of things. And, yeah, well, whatever. Who is Jimmy Cagney? Who's he talking about? So my dental bill is $1,600 or $1,700. I'd really like to pay it off if anybody wants to help out poor Morty with his oppressive dental bill, the pressure, the stress. Send it confidentially. PayPal, Cash App. Cash App is an absolutely anonymous thing. It takes about 2 minutes or less to set up an account. And you just make up your own name. Call yourself the Blaster, Mr. Blaster, and it's totally anonymous. Just call yourself Joe Anonymous. as a screen name, and it'll be, totally anonymous gift. Angels with Dirty Faces. What a classic film. It's James Cagney and Pat O'Brien. It's a classic of the 1930s. Just great. I know Ozzy Expat would never, it's not something he would have ever seen, but I would recommend it highly to anybody. It's just great. And there's no sex scenes. James Cagney is not in the taking a shower with Pat O'Brien, who's a man, by the way. They're not in the shower having gay sex, celebrating their gay gangster lifestyle. No blowing up, no heads exploding. And the end of the movie delivers a wallop better than anything Ben Affleck ever did, or Matt Damon or any of those. You know what I mean? Great performances, great film. Yeah. Those 30s movies, like with Cagney and all those guys, a lot of them had very cleverly concealed, but they had a lot of gay gay things going on in different scenes throughout the movies. And that stuff was never talked about, but you would see, this scene which was overtly gay, it would last 5 or 10 seconds, and because probably the director was gay and the whole crew was gay and half of the actors were gay and the studio executives were gay, or half of them. So they would put that stuff in there, but they wouldn't do it like now, where they want your children to get castrated and sterilized and take sex hormones and at age 5, that kind of stuff. They kept their business to themselves, all their pre-versions. What they presented to the public was quality family viewing. What they did when they got home, well, of course they were all reverted as well. All right, but they kept it out of them. They kept it to themselves. They didn't, go on talk shows and talk about their deviant behavior. Breitling, look at the character of some of those people, and it only clearly results in loneliness and very few empty relationships with people. Bingo, absolutely correct. Yeah. How can those people have relationships, quality relationships with people? How they can only connect with people of who mirror them, of equally lonely, incel, desperate, masturbating, socially isolated, socially awkward, publicly incompatible people. So, yeah. Morty, do you like any modern films? If it's a good film, it's a good film, whether it was from 100 years ago or today, okay? But I know more about... I'm more focused on the older films. I just enjoy the actors and the style of filmmaking better. I would have to go through a list on some movie website of all the movies that have come out for the last 30 years. I'm going to do that and just see, well, what movies have I seen that I really, really liked? Because I don't go to the theater anymore, because most of the stuff is just crap. Just my opinion. And it really is. I could find a better movie, just searching around different internet websites. I like to use Pluto, Tubi, YouTube, Internet Archive has amazing stuff as well, and other websites. Yeah. JT, I'll take Errol Flynn's Robin Hood over Kevin Costner's the Kevin Costner Robin Hood movie was a bomb. Yeah, just awful. Anyway, you're so negative. You don't like anything. Incredible. Breitling, very few good films coming out anymore. All sequels, remakes, and ripoffs. Original is rare. Well, they all, they don't have the great talent. Maybe some people out there do, but they don't have the great talent that old Hollywood had. And I mean, there were sequels of stuff back in, way back, like Frankenstein, and then Bride of Frankenstein, or then all the Frankenstein sequels and the Dracula sequels and the Wolfman sequels. So yeah, they did all that, and many of those were just incredibly good movies. But yeah, I mean, what can I tell you? I mean, Frankenstein is fantastic. The Bride of Frankenstein, many people say, was even better than the original Frankenstein. And then Son of Frankenstein, which is maybe 1939, I don't remember. That stars Basil Rathbone as Dr. Frankenstein's son or grandson. I don't remember the movie exactly. And he inherits the estate and the castle. And he finds, I guess, his father's old scientific journals. And he goes a little crazy in the head and decides to replicate the experiments using the latest techniques that he's learned at university and medical school. And he brings back the monster again. And, it's fantastic. And that's the movie that Mel Brooks used for his Young Frankenstein parody, a satire film parody. He based it primarily on Son of Frankenstein. I mean, all of them, but he took a lot from that movie. Yeah, fantastic, great films. Yeah. JT, it's like music. Most of the ideas have already been explained in story form by past generations. Harder to find something new. Well, yeah, there is no rock and roll anymore. That's over. Yeah. I mean, whatever music is being made now is not rock and roll. It's just some garbage shit. Yeah. I think the last rock and roll band was probably Dire Straits, or around that time. So early to mid 80s was the end. So rock and roll lasted really 1955 to about 85. That's it. Stuff that came out after that period is just, like Cyndi Lauper, Girls Just Want to Have Fun. Well, it's just bubblegum pop. That's nothing. And Wham. Wham is just gay pop. Okay. And I can't even think of any groups, of any difference at all. But it's not really rock and roll. That's over. Biff Helms, Hammer Studios revived a lot of the Dracula Frankenstein themes in the 60s and 70s. That's absolutely correct, with Peter Cushing and Christopher Lee and some other actors there. And some of those are pretty decent. Yeah. I never ever found Peter Cushing, the English actor from all those Hammer films. He was in one of the Star Wars movies. I don't know the name of his character, like he was a commander or a general or an ambassador. Peter Cushing in Star Wars. If you don't know who he is, let me look up the name of his character. Because I'm not really a Star Wars kind of guy. Who did he play in Star Wars? Peter Cushing. George Lucas cast Peter Cushing. What was his character? He cast Cushing in the role of Grand Moff Tarkin to provide a human counterpart for the primary villain, Darth Vader. Although Cushing claimed he was approached for the role of the noble Jedi Master Obi-Wan Kenobi. Cushing accepted the role on the basis that he felt his fans would enjoy seeing him in a science fiction film. He recorded all his parts in 2 weeks in 1976. So, does anybody out there who's a Star Wars person know that character, Grand Moff Tarkin, Peter Cushing? I always found him a very bland actor. Even in the Hammer films, he was a contemporary of all those great actors like Alec Guinness and all those guys, Peter O'Toole, but he's just very, I never found him to be very interesting, really. Crybaby, Godzilla Minus One is a Japanese film that was released just a couple of years ago, and it's not just a great monster film, it's a great film. Godzilla Minus One. Let me look up that. Here it is. 2023. A kamikaze pilot plagued by survivor's guilt seeks redemption when a giant monster he failed to kill is transformed by radiation from atomic bomb tests and lays siege to post-war Japan. That sounds pretty good. It's an all-Japanese film. It's on Netflix and Prime Video. I'm going to save it, but I don't use Netflix because there are so many movies. I just don't bother with Netflix or Hulu. But I don't have the money for Hulu and Netflix anyway because I'm the poor. I'm not rich like all those other people. What does that mean? Amicus? What is Amicus? A movie company? Amicus? Spielberg said he was obsessed with the film. Which film? Godzilla Minus One? Well, I'll check it out. My favorite Japanese monster movie from that era, Godzilla and Mothra and all that, was Rodan, Rodan. Do you know that movie, anybody? Rodan? 1950 something. 1956. That was on New York TV all the time, almost all the time growing up. I used to watch it often. And Rodan, Rodan. And really, really, really good film. I mean, for that, Japanese kind of thing. And when I was in Japan, I told people about that movie, and they never heard of it. Yeah, it was a giant pterodactyl kind of thing. Yeah, and it dies at the end with the great music as it's dying in the volcano, and fantastic. Yeah. But all the Japanese people, they never knew that movie, so I had to tell them, go check it out. It's really good. And it starts off with scenes in a very deep coal mine, and where the babies are, something like that. And then the giant pterodactyl, takes over Tokyo, and they have to shoot it with, missiles and rockets, and finally they kill it. No, it's a Japanese movie, 1956. Now, first I never heard of it because I was saying Rodan. Yeah, Rodan. Then I showed him a picture of it, and it's, Rodan. Ah, okay. So they looked it up, and maybe they saw it. I don't know. But highly recommended if you like that Godzilla type stuff. Hello, Patrick B. How you doing? Yeah, we're just talking about absolutely nothing. Another solo monologue show. No super chats, no PayPals, no Cash Apps, no help with my dental bill. Just talking, just doing a monologue. Yep. Yeah, Rodin sculpted the thinker. That's correct, right? That's probably what they thought when I said Rodin. They probably, that guy, he made a movie? Really? It's Rodin. Rodin. Anyway. Patrick's doing fine. Been having a nightcap listening to Kenny Burrell. Really? Okay. Turning in soon. Udon, the giant noodle monster. That's a good idea. Udon. Udon noodles are made of wheat flour. Soba is made of buckwheat flour, for those that don't know the difference. Versace boy, I recently needed a root canal and a crown on one molar that cost $3,000. A bill I am struggling to pay. Wow, yeah, mine was $2,000. Well, $1,950. It wasn't a molar. Maybe it is. I don't know what tooth would be a molar. I don't know. Versace, it is a disgrace that the United States, the richest country in the world, still cannot provide universal health care, including dental care, while European countries like the UK. Well, let's not get started on that topic, okay? Yeah, but in Canada, you have to wait like 9 months for your cancer surgery, and by that time you're dead. Isn't that correct? You have to get on the list for a year or two before they finally do the surgery that you need, and by that time, your lymph cancer is spreading. You're dead. And look, how hard can it be to run a country like Denmark or Slovenia or Liechtenstein? I mean, the population is very small. It's smaller than most American states. So it's easy to get things done there, Anyway. Corbin, I preferred the green soba. Udon is slippery like a bowl of worms. Green soba, okay. Yeah. I didn't know that. I usually like those instead of yakisoba. Right. We can't even run the post office without a loss. Because there's no incentive for any government executive to do a good job. When your president is Biden or Obama, there's no oversight of what the hell you're doing. And, when you got a Democrat Congress, all you got to do is go to the Congress and plead for more money, and they'll give it to you. Say, well, we can't let the Department of blank go out of business, so we'll give them more money. So, yeah. Now, in North Korea, I'm not recommending a North Korean government here, but in North Korea, say you're in charge of a government bureau, and you have your monthly or every 3-month meeting with Kim Jong-un, and he goes, okay, post office department report. And you go, well, we're another $20 million or another $40 million in the red over the last 3 months, and we just can't run it in the black. And he goes, okay, you're excused from the meeting. They take him out and they shoot him. And then they put in the next guy. And he knows what's happening if he doesn't, get things organized. So the system might have some merit. Or maybe they don't shoot him. They put him in the concentration camp, prison work camp, far from Pyongyang. And he's tortured and does 20 hours of labor a day and 2 balls of rice with some tofu, and that's it. Helms, the U.S. government has debt over 100% of its GNP. Citizenry has huge credit card debt. Where is money coming from? My credit card debt is destroying me. I can't even walk. I can't even breathe. Yeah. What's good at the late night diner? You know what's always great late night at a diner? For me, like right now it's about 10:45. I would get a BLT and a coffee. Okay? BLT and a cup of coffee. That is a fantastic late night thing. Burgers are really burger frying coffee or Coke, or just go for cheesecake and a cup of coffee. Those are all great for late night. Yeah. I wonder in England where they're all curry crazy. I wonder if they go to a restaurant late at night, like at midnight or 1 a.m., and they order the soup or spicy Indian curry, and they're eating it while they're sweating their asses off trying to eat that bowl of stuff. If they can go to sleep after eating that stuff, if that's possible. I don't know. Okay, but I heard that U.S. Postal Service studied the delivery methods of Sears Roebuck because they were shipping entire kit houses across country in 1903. Yeah, that's true. Okay. You could buy a house back then through the catalog. Versace. South Korea, Singapore, Taiwan, France, Italy, UK, and many other European countries have great health care. Really? Rich Mitch talked about UK's great universal healthcare system that covers all his cost. Well, I'm glad he enjoys his healthcare while his country is being destroyed from the inside out. His healthcare is not going to last much longer when it gets taken over by the Sharia healthcare system. Okay, so. Besides, if the British healthcare system is so great, how come the stereotype of British people having just absolutely awful teeth? Why don't they get that free dental care and have good-looking teeth or healthy teeth? I mean, that's been a stereotype of England for 100 years. They all have bad teeth. I'm just saying, If all the fraud was eliminated in government, it would open up a lot of opportunities for improvements in healthcare and society in general. Problem is, the fraud has just been accepted for so long. Well, the first thing you have to do is get all the Democrats out of any position of power. You just have to remove them. And you can do that by declaring martial law and just arrest all these people, throw them in the clink, suspend right of habeas corpus, and just let them rot while you fix everything. That's the way you do it. That's the way I would do it. Yeah, BLT always hits the spot, man. Forbin, no cup of soup with the sandwich. Soup can be a meal. Well, of course. Soup doesn't really go with a BLT. I mean, of course it could. But I find a BLT with French fries and a cup of coffee is one of the perfect meals. As long as it's made, the sandwich is made, properly, not a shit sandwich from Denny's or something. Yeah. Denny's late night grand slam for the after bar rush. Right. JB, hey. Hello, Morty. Happy New Year. How you doing, JB? Okay. Yeah, we're just hanging out, JB, talking about nothing. BLT sandwiches. That's what we're talking about. Gildan. 100% is not that crazy. Japan runs closer to 230%. What? Grand Slam breakfast? What are you talking about? Hello, Shot. A Euro Denmark closed the national PO. What does that mean? I have no idea what that means. Right. I can't remember when I last had French onion soup with the cheese on top. Yeah, I'm not a big guy on French onion soup. When I lived in Dallas, I went to the Fairmont. This is what, 80s. Um, this girl who I was meeting there, all she talked about was I gotta order we have to go to the Fairmont. They have the best French onion soup. I said, well, okay, but I'm not going to get that. Oh, you don't know what you're missing. They have the best. It's like Banya. It's the best, Jerry, the best. They have the best French onion soup. So we went there, and she ordered the French onion soup, and yeah, I guess it's really good, but I always would choose something different, I think. How's it going, Shot? Patrick, Poway uses Invisalign. Okay. Well, of course that's true, Patrick. Soup goes with any sandwich. That is correct. Okay. Crybaby saggy skin. Most of those European countries have skimmed on their defense spending for decades. That's absolutely right. Trump straightened those people out and have rallied on the U.S. for protection in order to pay for many of their various domestic programs. That's absolutely correct. And thanks to President Trump, he got them to pay up their share. BLT to me is good with the tomato soup. That's great. That's great. JB, didn't see you sneak in there. Good to see you, man. All right, Helms. I worked in healthcare. Politicians act like they're improving healthcare, and they end up increasing cost. Well, they don't have Obamacare. They have their own congressional system. See, they weaseled out. They stuck everyone with Obamacare, but they kept their own. Isn't that nice? Even Argentina has universal health care. The current administration wants to cut the limited health benefits we get through the Affordable Care Act. My health insurance premiums tripled this year. Wow, you should move to Oregon. Everything's for free here. Just vote Democrat. The post office. Portugal, where JBJB is, has wonderful and efficient universal health care, including dental care for its citizens. Nice. Okay. Lobster bisque soup is also great with a BLT. Well, that's a little heavy to have with a BLT. I think it's well, yeah, okay. All right. Patrick, I tuned in to get sleepy, and instead it's making me, this show is making me hungry. Right. Hello, Bateman. How you doing? Hello, Morty and Diner patrons. Yeah, hey, Shoddy, since you're out there, last night I talked with Ozzy Expat was on the show, and I showed him my newest purchase. First time. And yeah, I got this. This is the Olight. It's called the Baldur S, Baldrs. It took me about 5 years to choose what to buy. And I didn't want to spend more money and get a Streamlight or the one on, or a Holo Sun, or the one now, Surefire, which is very expensive. So it's $109 on Amazon. I bought it at the Olight website, $89. Christmas week, I had $30 off. Got the black with the green laser, and I haven't unpacked. It's a very small box, but I haven't opened it up and looked at the pamphlet to see how to install it. But maybe I'll do that tomorrow and sit by my door on top of all my boxes of ammo, waiting for the battle to break out downtown and the Battle of Portland. I'll be ready. So it comes in black. You can get a blue or a green laser. I chose the green. And here, and you also get FDE, flat dark earth, same thing. And it's rechargeable only. But I have a couple Olight flashlights that are rechargeable only, and one of them's lasted about a year. I just had to recharge it, so I think it'll be very good. And if it turns out the Streamlight might have been better, then I can always sell this on eBay or something and get another brand. But this is pretty big. This is my first ever in 35 years, first ever light. Can't wait to use it. Here's a pillow picture. All right, let's see. Argentina does have high costs and excess medical lawsuits. Yeah, I mean, I don't know anything about Argentina medical quality, but I don't know. Patrick B, I have one of those on my 19X. Yeah, it comes without the laser as well. And the battery life is amazing. Well, that's great. Yeah, I decided to get the one with the laser because it was being offered at $30 off. So I thought, well, yeah, you don't have to use the laser unless you want to activate it. So I got that one. Yeah. Corbin, contrary to public opinion, JBJB was not involved in the grave robbing nor House of Horrors. Really? Yeah, I think so. Yeah. AD Never Calling, how you doing? Good to see you. Corbin, I bought a LED lenser that Morty showed. Well, I bought a LED lenser flashlight. It was $99. And it was that brand was recommended to me by Gampers. I was going to buy Olight or something else after an extensive search. And then Gampers said he had his LED lenser. Check it out. And I really liked it. It's a great flashlight. It's unbelievable. You can use it. The one I chose is either AA batteries or a rechargeable battery pack. Which is what I wanted. And it's just beautiful. Yeah. Sometimes I watch these police body cam videos, on YouTube, and some police officers they use that exact same flashlight. So it's really designed for, rugged use, and it's going to work. Yeah. It's terrific. All right. So we've been here an hour, and now's the time. Who would like to send Morty $1,000 so he can pay his dental bill? Dental bill is $1,600. Super Chat, PayPal, Cash App, Ko-Fi. It's all there in the description section and at the beginning of the chat column. So help out Morty if you can. If you can't, you can't. If you won't, you won't. But I don't use the money to buy another Rolex or Jacob & Company watches, I don't use the money to go to Nana Plaza to have sex with ladyboys, unless the audience would demand that kind of content. I use it for things, real things. And there's the info. Hey, JBJB, 11.99 euros. Thank you very much. That goes right to the dentist. Well, to the credit card for the dentist, but yeah, thank you very much. Anybody else? $100, $500, $1,000, $150, $299? Anybody? Anything? Yes, a dental bill fundraiser fund. Correct. I got to pay this bill off because I need more dental work, and I can't get any more until I pay this off. Versace boy, I need help with my $3,000 dental bill too. Well, get a channel going, and then do PayPal, Cash App, Ko-Fi. Bring up some content. And Corbin, I bought Olight 2. I just used these for a 2-day blackout. Sphere nightlight. Works like adjustable candles, not blinding. Yeah, Olight, it's good stuff. Are there better brands? Yeah, I'm sure there are. If I didn't buy the LED lenser deluxe luxury flashlight, later on I found a brand that I think is from Portland. It's called Coast. And they're sold in Home Depot and REI, and they got very good reviews, and they're about half the price of LED lenser. So I could have saved some money on that, but Doesn't matter. I mean, I've already got the lead lenser, and yeah. Patrick, get a channel, and then you'll be rich like Morty, right? With a negative $107 bank account. You'll be rich like me. I'm opening up a bottle of water. Pushing that water, baby. Oh, I'm out of tissues. I need another box of tissues. Yeah. Uzi, tow truck man, just before I came on, I heard the end of his show. He said he was talking about me as usual. You can't stop talking. They just can't stop talking about Morty. And he said, that fucking guy, Morty, you know, he's an old guy. I bet you he lives in a dingy, small apartment. I bet you his apartment smells like fucking piss. You know, like old people piss. Ah, it's just great. Yeah, amazing. I bet you his apartment just smells from Astroglide or KY. From all that jerking off he does. AD never calling. I've been able to avoid the dental bill so far. Just go for cleanings every 4 months. Well, I get the cleanings. That's for free. They don't charge for that. Never had a root canal or implant or any other mouth hardware. Still have every tooth. Well, that's very good. Orban, anyone have gold crowns? Danny may be the only one with entire gold teeths. Okay. JB, Morty, if one already has a sandwich name at the diner, but would like to change the name, for example, to Sunset Friday to Sunset Saturday sandwich, how would one go about doing that? Well, if the person's on the YouTube celebrity menu and they want to make an adjustment to their sandwich, just let me know. Happy to make an adjustment. No problem. But if that someone happens to be Morty or Dr. Bob, I can't make an adjustment because they've been removed from the YouTube celebrity menu because they've done very, very nasty things to me. Yep. Totally unrepentant. It's a shame. Yeah. So if you want to make a change on your sandwich, JB, just send me an email. Morty's Diner at proton.me. Here, I'll type it in here. No apostrophe. Yeah, that's it. Or you can get me on Instagram. Send me a message on Instagram. Morty's Diner. Let me know how you'd like your sandwich changed or the name, and I'll take care of it. Because I'm redoing the menu this month. Going to add some new people and, you know, delete some of those other people. AD, Morty, is that a picture of my good friend Baba tracking his orbs? Looks like he lost one. Oh, Jesus. Yeah. You know, I think it was Crybaby Saggy Skin's channel or Brightling's channel. They both have really funny videos there. And one of those guys, Brightling or Saggy Skin, Crybaby Saggy Skin, he's got the clip of Golden Baba talking about the orbs and how he communicates with them telepathically and all this. And talk about some guy needing a reservation at Happy Acres Sanitarium. Holy shit. I hope Baba got a room there because he needs to be taken away by the guys in white suits. Sent to Happy Acres or something. But you should listen to that clip of him talking about the orbs. It's unbelievable. You bet, JB. Instagram, get a load of Mister. I don't know anything about Instagram, but I set up a page and yeah, I communicate with people on Instagram. Messages back and forth. Yeah. AD, it was funny listening to Uzi talking about Daytonas with Marcelo. So clueless. He was differentiating what a Zenith Daytona was 30K for a stainless. He was differentiating what a Zenith Daytona was 30K for a stainless steel watch. I don't know what you're saying there. It doesn't come. I don't know. Yeah. Yeah. Look, if you want to know about catalytic converters and junkyards, tow trucks, gas station cuisine, okay, Uzi knows what he's talking about. Otherwise, dumb as a rock. Versace boy, even Medicare doesn't cover dental care. LBJ's Great Society addressed hospital and medical care but forgot dental care. Well, he didn't care. He was rich. He had a dentist. What's on the Morty sandwich? Oh, well, it's a Munster cheese sandwich. I'd have to look up the menu. But it's primarily I have two. I have a Morty burger and the Morty deluxe sandwich, which is Munster cheese on deli rye bread, lettuce, tomato, and spicy brown mustard, served with coleslaw and potato salad. Right. I mean, that's real. That's no kidding. Yeah. Crybaby. Baba's orb answering a super chat question is one of my favorites. Unbelievable. Hey, MT, how you doing? Good evening. Yeah. 22 people watching. Thank you all for watching. AD. Then he said he was educating us on the new class that came out in 2015. No clue about anything watch related. It's amazing where his research. Why are you talking about the guy? The guy's a tow truck driver. Come on. People make fun of Doc's report because he was a Greyhound bus driver. This guy drives a tow truck, wearing a $40,000 Rolex. What's more absurd than that? What it could possibly more absurd than that? Then Marcelo was dropping Daytona facts. News was incredible. Hey, I got to lower the heat here in my home. Now it's getting too warm. I'll be back in just a few seconds. I have to go across the room. Time for a little clip.
To come on, but like, dude, what do? I lost so much money. Seriously, I didn't know I could lose this much money this fast. I'm so pissed. I lost so much money today, so much money yesterday. I lost like 3 Yacht Masters in like a couple days. 3 Yacht Masters. 3 Yacht Masters. 3 Yacht Masters. 3 Yacht Masters.
Damn, I'm out of Kleenex. I really need it. After I watched that video, I really need a tissue. But, I mean, to wipe my eyes, I mean, you know. Yes. All right. Let's see. What other picture do we have here? There we go. Yeah. Hey, MT85, Nicholas and Uzi, they were talking about this meme. And Uzi said, "This is you." He said, he says, "Believe me, this is MT85. This is supposed to be MT85. I mean, I heard him say that. And I don't know what the hell he's talking about. In no way at all is this anyone specific. This is just a generic YouTube face blaster, in the basement, blasting away on YouTube. Has nothing to do with MT85. But, yeah, okay. This song, this is Midnight Special in the back. It's a generic Midnight Special. Right, okay. Hello, what is this? JKGB, who is JKGB? What the fuck is that? Pay up, JKGB. I don't know what that means. Mega Value just enjoyed a meloxicam and a glass of water. What is a meloxicam? Look that up. Okay, what is this? It's a non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drug used to treat pain and inflammation in rheumatic disease and osteoarthritis. Wow. Okay. My creative team. Yeah. Yeah, I got a new video from the creative team, but I can't get the audio to play through the computer. I don't know what the problem is. I'm going to have to keep working on it because the audio is good. Yeah, Midnight Special. That was written by Huddy Ledbetter. And then Creedence Clearwater did that also, I think. Hello, Gampers. Morty, seemed to me Aussie expat was about to stand up and walk out several times during your unending conversation. You think so? Well, he can do that. He could have done that anytime he wanted to. I don't know. It was a 6, lead belly, exactly. That's what I said, yeah. What do you call it? Yeah, last night was a 6-hour show. I couldn't believe it. I made $2 for the whole show, I think. Raking in the donations. But I'm the vulture. I get $2 a show and I'm the vulture. Unbelievable. AD, I just changed JBJB's name to JKGB. Not that he's in the KGB. I just like to have fun with names. I see. Okay. So, JBJB, 11.99 euros. That's that the only? Yeah, that's it. That's the only supporter for tonight, financial, monetary wise. JB, stand-up guy. 24 people watching. People don't even give 99 cents and a hearty hand clasp to say thank you for the content. 7 years of hard work. Nothing. Right. Well. Gampers, was wondering if you got that vibe. Could be he was just adjusting himself in his seat. What does that mean? I was wondering if you got that vibe. I don't know what that means. Does MT85, does Ozzy kick in? Doesn't he have like 10 million in Bitcoin? Well, he has wealth, but no, I'm not going to pay. Well, the guy comes on the show often, okay? So he helps out the show that way, but no, he's never done a channel donation. Look, I'm not going to call the guy up on Instagram or something and say, hey, how about some money, you millionaire? I'm not going to do that. Yeah. But he comes on the show, so that's one way of helping out. I'm not, like, what's his name? That other guy who, asks people for money, offline. Can you give me a loan, a few thousand loan? I'd like to do that. AD, can you give me a loan, like $3,000? I'll pay you back a few hundred a month, a couple hundred a month. How about a $20,000 loan? AD never calling. Boy, would that be great. I'll pay you back every month. I'll send you something. I know he's typing right now. Fuck you. All right. Okay. Bateman. I could have bought MT85's Batman, but he didn't want to go the extra mile for me. Gildan, Aussie expat knows a lot about butt stuffs. Oh, really? He a butt man? He knows a lot about butt stuff? Okay. Well, so does Eddie. But I guess that's different. That's butt washing technique that he had. Versace, each surviving Japanese American who had been interned during World War II received $55,000, adjusted for inflation and redress payments. How much do you think Marcelo should get from JBJB? Why should Marcelo get anything from JBJB in terms of a redress payment? I don't know what that refers to at all. Exactly. Jesus. Empty. Sorry, my jet was in Alaska. I'll try better next time. Right. Bateman. Damn straight. LOL. Good to see you, bro. What is all this bro shit? JBJB is big with the bro. Hey, bro. Hey, listen, bro. What is this bro shit? What's wrong with saying, look, you, man, bro? Well, whatever. That could be a new name for JB's sandwich. The bro. Hey, bro. Whatever. At least one more Platona. I have been taking breaks lately. Jesus. KGB. All right. Can you afford 300? Yeah, okay, you got a deal. But I need 25,000. Send me 25 and I'll pay you 500 a month. Payback. So let me get the calculator here. See how long that would take. $25,000 divided by 500 a month equals 50 months. 50 months divided by 12. Just over 4 years. That works for me. That would be great. Let's talk about that. It would change my life. Morty, did the Japanese any dollars to the humans they experimented upon? Oh, wait, there were no survivors. You're talking about Unit 731, stuff like that? Yeah, that's never talked about, Look it up. Unit 731, World War II Japanese. Incredible. Yeah. Bro. It's not here, was born, bro. It's modern day talk. Okay, right, okay. Well, in the 70s, bro was like, Superfly and Shaft talk. Hey, bro. That kind of stuff, But But now I guess it's infiltrated or spread, I mean, into everyday conversation, even in Portugal. So it's, hey, bro. You know what I don't understand is with this thing where people get called, hey, dog. Listen, dog. Oh, don't do me that way, dog. When did a person become a dog? I will never speak like that. Hey, listen, dog. Hey, dog. Unbelievable. Leave bro alone, weirdo. You say absolutely 709 times per show. Very 70s of you, bro. You're absolutely right. Morty doesn't like that thug shit. Well, it's fascinating how gangster culture gets mainstreamed into every town America culture. Now that happened with the 1930s, all those great gangster movies, Jimmy Cagney and Edward G. Robinson and all those guys, and everyone started dressing like them and picking up the slang terms that they would be using, and Al Capone and all those guys. People would start talking like them or acting like them or dressing like them. But at least those guys all wore nice suits and those old 1930s fedora hats, and they dressed up nicely, and Anyway, but so now you got these gangsters with the sagging pants and a Glock 19 up their butt crack, and people want to talk like and look like that, and it's just unbelievable, bro. Yeah. Bro was revived by frat culture and then wound up back on the street, or vice versa. What's on the bro sandwich? Well, I don't know. Yeah, you got to ask JB if you wanted to change it to the bro sandwich. Yeah. JB, I say more Jesus instead of bro. Yeah, I say the Jesus on the heavy side. Oh, right. AD, bro, what time do you usually eat lunch, bro? Yeah, incredible. Zoot suits. Yeah, that was a limited period, primarily like California or Los Angeles history in the 40s, I guess. Mega value, the Chevy Silverado used to have an AC vent that blew frigid air directly on the driver's genitals. Okay, well, that's good to know. Now, there's nothing at all wrong with the Glock 19. Nothing at all wrong. But that seems to be the weapon of choice by the by gangsters, the street thugs. It's amazing. I'd feel a whole lot better if all the gangbangers had like high point pistols that just jammed on every other shot. But yeah. Oh yeah, I got to learn how to say that, bro. You seriously, bro? Serious? Yeah. The blacks. Here we go. Racist comment. The blacks seem to exude cool. The handshake is dead. Now it's the hand clasp to the bro hug. Yeah, the bro hug. Right. Oh, what's now? Here's AD. What is this? Jesus. Incredible. It's 11:21. I'll be here till midnight. It's an interesting question. Will Erin from Fairhaven, Massachusetts, finally get a spot on your menu? That would be interesting. Yeah. Versace, Japanese Americans who were interned during World War II are Americans. Well, it was the Democrats who interned the Japanese Americans. And George Takei likes to call them concentration camps, but he's whatever. No, they were put in relocation camps. Yeah, but that was by the Democrats. The Democrats did that. Democrats, party of Jim Crow, KKK, voted against the Civil Rights Act. These are the American terrorist party, the Democrats. But anyway, Japanese nationals are Japanese. Conflating the two is wrong. I didn't conflate anything. They're the conflators, not me. Morty, what about bruh? That's what's really happening, bruh. Oh, I've never said bruh. Bruh? Jesus. Stop it up, brother. I don't know what that means. Okay. That is very true and greatly missed, eh? Mega value. Chevy Silverado, 80 never calling, misses the air conditioner on a Chevy Silverado that aimed directly at the driver's genitals. Wow. Oh, Cicello. Well, Cucacello says, I can't even talk like him. I mean, incredible. Bateman does a good Marcello impression. And a very good Easy Company. Bateman's got some impressionist talents there. That's Marcello. I swear you listen to Marcello and then you listen to a Kookaburra and you can't tell the difference. I want a bro sandwich, small fries, and a large onion ring. That sounds great. What would be on the bro sandwich? That would be interesting, you know? That would be like Jackie Gleason in Smoking the Bandit. I want a Diablo sandwich and a Dr. Pepper. Because I want a bro sandwich and a large onion ring and a Dr. Pepper. And make it quick, honey. A Diablo sandwich. Actually, I saw some website. People were asking, what the hell is a Diablo sandwich? Because I never heard of one. And it actually is a kind of sandwich down some parts of the South. And somebody explained what the hell it was. In fact, I'll look it up. Diablo sandwich. Let's see if I can find out what that actually is. Here it is. Okay. Diablo sandwich. It's like a sloppy Joe. Okay. Here's a website on that, all right? Let me have a Diablo sandwich and a Dr. Pepper and make it fast. I'm in a hurry. Buford T. Justice, Jackie Gleason. Okay. All right, so what the hell is a Diablo sandwich? Shredded brisket. You can use any shredded barbecue on a hamburger bun. With some adobo sauce or canned chipotle chilies, something like that, some kind, or jalapenos. So you get some zing. Add some hot links. Oh, fuck. Add some smoked hot links. A jalapeno cheddar sausage would also taste mighty good on a Diablo sandwich. Heat them up on the smoker next to the brisket, and you'll get some extra smoke flavor for the sandwich. Slice the hot links round like pickles and put them on top of the brisket. Spread the buns with butter and toast them. That's what they do in prison. Spread the buns with butter. Then add the brisket, top with hot linked pickles, red onion, and some sweet and spicy mustard. Fuck, I wouldn't eat that. That's not for me. But a Dr. Pepper would go good with that. The Bodega chopped cheese, right? George Takei. Yeah, I mean, whatever. All right. Well, the dental bill fundraising, you know, we got 12 euros from JBJB. That's not going to cover $1,600, but at least, you know, at least he helped out. At least he thought about me and my oppressively pressuring me to death dental expense bill. You know. Well, whatever. Morty seems like he worked in radio at one time. Well, that is true. Right. AD never called. A $4.99 super sticker. Thank you, AD. Couldn't you have made that $499? I mean, you got an in-ground backyard pool. You live in a Beverly Hills mansion. You got dogs. You got luxury cars. You got it all. I know. Leave the man alone. Gampers, the man of 1,000 voices presents. All right. I think in the movie he said, "Honey, give me a what is it? Honey, give me a blue sandwich and make it hurry and make it quick. I'm on the trail of a I don't know." Jackie Gleason was the only good character in that movie. Also, Jerry Reed was pretty good. The least interesting actor in Smokey and the Bandit was, in fact, Burt Reynolds. Jerry Reed totally outshone him as an actor. He had much better acting chops than Burt Reynolds. And there was another movie those two guys were in, maybe called White Lightning or something like that. Jerry Reed was the bad guy in charge of some small Texas or southern town. And Burt Reynolds was an old friend of his, but he got in trouble with Jerry Reed had to show him what's going to happen. He was much more interesting than Burt Reynolds. But Burt Reynolds is no Jackie Gleason. And he has a $25,000 lawnmower too. Diablo sandwich. Who's more ungrateful, Morty or Cello? Why would anybody call me ungrateful? I mean, I just don't understand that. That is, it just doesn't make any sense. Jackie Gleason seemed quite fleet of foot, at least in The Hustler. He was amazing, He had pretty slick dance moves and all kinds of gyrating moves and very great control of his body as a performer. Yeah. He's in the shop getting all beautified for winter. I see. People call me ungrateful. I mean, that's just unbelievable. They're the ungrateful ones. Not me. Eddie, I may go visit it in February. What, your lawnmower? What are you talking about? All right, 11:30 Friday night. Got 20 minutes left. 20 people watching. All right, let's just do some arithmetic here. $1,600 divided by 20 people is only $80 a piece. If each person out there would super chat, or even better, Cash App or PayPal me $80, I could pay off the dental bill in full tomorrow. Now, of course, some people could pay $0 and someone else could pay $160. But in any case, that's not going to happen because that's my destiny. Failure, loser destiny. Gampers, I watched my first Green Room show the other day. Is he one of those people? No, not to my knowledge, no. He associates with those people, but he's not one of those people. But, that's for now. Bateman, why the morbid mindset? Morbid? I'm not morbid. I'm feeling pretty good. I'm not in a morbid mindset. I'm pretty upbeat and positive. What are you talking about? You're going to visit your mower. Okay. Versace Boy, for your information, community health centers provide dental care at significantly lower cost for those without dental insurance. Community health centers provide dental care. Oh, that's probably true. I can see that. Yeah. AD is coming on in 45 minutes. What does that mean? Right. I understand. Right. Yeah. What does that mean, AD? Is coming on in 45 minutes. Are you promoting another show? Or something else? See, why did Bateman? Why did he say why so morbid? I'm not morbid. I'm very jovial and up. Can't you tell from my voice? I'm really alive with enthusiasm. Look who we got here. We got everybody: AD, Gampers, Versace, JB, Guy Gadwa. I mean, the whole crew. Well, you know. Oh, promoting another channel. I see. Is Jack's coming on in 45 minutes? I don't know. I don't know. Oh, I see. You said you're a failure and loser was your destiny. Right. Okay, I see what you mean. Right. Well, what do you want me to say? I'm a millionaire and I have 2 homes and I travel the world like Jamie Opulence and my home here is filled with Louis Vuitton suitcases and a steamer trunk. Right. So, what do I have going on? Tomorrow's Saturday. I'm going to return the other pillow. I bought 2 pillows. I'm going to return the other pillow because the one that I described last night. I'm going to keep that one. I'll return the other one for a refund. Okay, that's fine. And I might go to Costco tomorrow. And then open up the package of my new Olight and see how to attach it and see how it works. Try that out. That would be a productive day. Bateman, Marcelo giggling in the background makes me wish I could smack a tennis ball at him. Almost. Right. Well, I can understand that. Long streams, not ling streams. What does that mean? I mean, you tell me that's not Marcelo. Morty, can you do a show on your favorite MIMs? What does that mean? I don't know what that means. Can you explain that? You got that right. You know, he spent, according to what everyone or he has been saying, he spent $9,000 or something on a brand new Mac Pro laptop. and $6,000 on a YouTube course on how to be a successful YouTuber, something like that. Okay. I think the money would have been better spent spending $10,000 on a private English tutor going 1 hour a day, 5 days a week. 1 hour a day, 5 days a week. You know, that would have been a much better use of his money. Learn how to read, write, speak decent English, be a YouTuber. Yeah, I think that would have been much better use of his money. But hey, it's his money, you know. Oh, you think so, Gampers? Okay. Yeah, I can only take so much of that Marcello squeaking and squawking anyway. Isn't that the amazing thing? Hard to give money to a man with a Lemon, with a $400,000-$500,000 collection of Rolexes, but he needs money. He needs money. He was talking about him and his wife. He and his wife are going to take a 1-year trip around the world, but he's broke. He needs money. But how does he have money for the 1-year trip around the world without selling his Rolex collection? I don't get it. I just don't get it. Someone in Central Florida is rebel streaming. Yeah, I don't. I'm not into this rebel streaming. Anyone can do a show at any time. I mean, you know, I don't consider it rebel streaming. You know, people can choose to watch whatever they want. So, and besides, I mentioned I have to end the show. What time is it? 10 more minutes. So you'll have more shows to go all night long. You know. Ah, much better to fall back asleep. Okay, very good. So if you don't want to send money to me on the super chats because you're embarrassed to be affiliated with my show in public, so you don't get face blasted by those people, remember Cash App, Ko-fi, and PayPal, completely anonymous. You know, nobody will ever know that you've supported Morty, helped out Morty with his dental bill, or just the channel expenses. You know. And Cash App is 100% totally anonymous. I mean, just make up your own screen name for Cash App. Call yourself, Joe Blow, and you got it. AD, and he should have paid you $5K to learn how to be a successful YouTuber, making $10K a month. Well, he never gave. He no give me $100 for my birthday. He go masturbate himself. Is my opinion. Right. Yeah, I don't know what happened. I don't know the details of why he and JB had some argument or some conflict or something within the last week or two or something. But I don't know because I just can't. It was a root canal and a crown. I had a broken tooth and it was really in bad shape, and so he had to pull out it totally root canal and crown. He did a beautiful job, but yeah. Patrick, $3 super sticker. Thank you. You see, folks, see what it takes to help out Morty. Just fantastic. Thank you very much, Patrick, for the $3 of support. Thank you. I've never looked at his watch, so. Yes. Send yobos now. Send yobos now. I'm a hunting wabbits. Jesus. Wheelie. Wheelie. Okay. The Marcello conflict seems badly scripted. Makes no sense. Yeah, I don't know what was going on JB and Marcelo wise within the last week, I don't know, or two, I don't know.
And I know you have these whole grain baguette, half baguettes. Some of them have sweetness in those,
All right, we're at the end of the show. Just a few more minutes. I'm going to close it up. Any last comments from anybody? Any questions or comments before we close out the show? Even at Gampers, even after it's explained to you, you will have the same. You still won't know what's going. Yeah, I get it. Okay, right. Amazing. You might be right. Yeah. Yeah, precisely. Yeah. By the way, I bought that brand of sardines I told you about. I think it was called Fishwife, and they weren't that special. The packaging was pretty cool, but I'm not going to buy that brand again. They weren't anything special. King Oscar sardines were better than Fishwife brand. I think they were called Fishwife or something like that. Versace. If your root canal and crown costs, well, it costs $1,950. I have $1,600 remaining. If your root canal and crown costs $1,600, then your dental insurance paid part of the bill. No, I don't have dental insurance. My dental program only covers X-rays and cleanings. That's all it covers. Not root canals or crowns or I have no dental insurance, and my dental bill was $3,000. Well, where do you live? On Park Avenue, New York City? I don't know. Yeah, not a recommended brand. King Oscar, just your basic King Oscar is better. Well, yeah, there you go. All right, that's it. One more minute. I'm gonna end the show in 1 minute. So, anybody willing to give me a $25,000 or $20,000 loan with easy repayment terms? Let me know. That can be worked out. I have no collateral, so don't ask for my car pink slip or anything. And see you on the next show. All right. So time for one more video, and then we'll wrap it up. You think that was gross? You should watch those other channels and see what they actually do over there. Yeah. Anyway. Okay, so that'll end the show. Thank you all for watching. Thank you, special thank you to AD Never Calling and Patrick B. And JB also. Didn't he did send a super chat as well. I don't see it. Well, whatever. Anyway, thanks everyone. See you next time. Good night.